All right, this is my August 2023 recap. As you can see, about a $14,000 month. Really kind of disappointing for me. I'll go through it and talk about my missed opportunities that really hurt me. But I mean, overall, I really can't complain. But of course, there's a lot I could do better. And instead of going over every single trade I made, I'm gonna go over the the my mindset in this month of August. So August is usually a slower month. It is, the end of the summer. A lot of traders, especially big traders, aren't around. There's not as many runners. The liquidity's lower. The volatility's lower. So I wasn't looking for any, I wasn't looking for any home runs to really push it like crazy and really size up. And there really weren't a lot of runners, especially in the last week or so. So what I did was I focused on these liquid, low price kind of names that were working this month, like MULN. I watched for fading action, and then for big green days. I mean, I nailed MULN here on 823. I didn't even hold it long enough. I mean, I was in from, if we go to 20-day chart here, we could see I was in from 45 and I was out at 55, and then it goes all the way to 80. And the reason I'm playing a play like this is because in a weaker market environment, I want something that has super tight risk reward because the odds are significantly lower when the market's weak, especially going long. So if I'm buying at 44 and I was able to risk this 42 VWAP area, I'm risking 2 cents. And this thing goes, 20, 30, 40 cents potential profit. That's amazing. And I've noticed that's what happens on these super liquid, you see all this volume, these super liquid names. Low price junk names is what I call it. A low price junk bounce. And there were a few of these. MULM was one. We had TUP, which was another. Let me just remove all these. TUP, you see it had a big run. It was fading. Tried to bounce here, but then just kept fading off. And the more this was fading on big volume, I mean, it was still trading 10 million shares a day. I thought there was going to be a bounce, and I did nail this bounce here as well on the 18th. And if we go to that day, it's that same idea where this one I was actually a little late to the party. Getting in the 230s, I would have liked it down the 220s. But it's that same idea where I'm buying at 230 and I'm risking right here where this volume push came in, because if we start cracking that, I believe we're going to crack the lows. So I'm risking 15 cents, and this ended up going, 40, almost 50 cents. So that's another great risk reward trade where, yeah, on the daily chart it might not look like much. Like, it doesn't look like this, but I believe the risk reward on the backside, especially going long, is amazing if you really time it well. And the whole goal of my month was safety. Really good risk reward, and that's what I got on this play. Another one was NKLA. Notice again, big volume, big liquidity. It faded, tried to bounce, faded, and right here on the 25th is when I went for it. It was right here in the morning, and it just kind of spiked right away. I got into 128, risking 124, a 4-cent risk, and I made over 10 cents a share. Not the best risk reward, but it was a pretty high odds setup with all the volume that was coming in. This wasn't a great one, but the pattern is there. eventually these liquid ones I've noticed will bounce. Then we had AMC, which was kind of that same idea as MULN. It had a big fade every day, and then it eventually bounced, and that was a good bounce here. I actually missed this one. I was long the previous day over the highs and made a little bit. This was a great bounce, but I hope you could see the trend here. Volume, liquidity, plays that are super junky, keep fading in a weak market, end up bouncing. Now, other than these plays, I had a few other winners, but really what I want to talk about this month, because talking about my winners really won't do anything. What will really change my September is talking about my losers, or really for me, where I really fell short this month, is my missed opportunities, and I'm going to go into these right now. So my missed opportunities were shorting these massive runners, like YELLQ. I missed my shorts completely on 8.2, on 8.4. I didn't get any of it. Top, same thing. I completely missed the big short on 8.2. TTOO, missed shorting it here, 8.16 or even 8.21 and swinging it. VFS, this was the biggest one I missed. Huge short. And ICCT missed this short as well. And I just want to get into my mindset with these. When I'm looking to short, sometimes I feel like I need to be nailing the dead top. And I think that's an issue. Because when you try to nail tops or nail bottoms, your mindset changes. Like when I'm trying to go long on these tops and NKLAs, I'm not trying to get dead bottom. I'm just trying to see a little bit of momentum shift and then go long. But in a scenario like VFS, when I'm thinking I'm going to get dead top on 828, and then we gap down and we're $20 lower, in my mind, I feel like, oh shit, I might have missed the play. But I mean, if we look at this big picture, it had great adding opportunities and it just completely faded. And really the main key I'm missing is shorting these first red days on these big runners. So VFS, TUP, TTOO, YELLQ, I've came up with a thesis that, first of all, my mentality is not great with shorting these after they gap down too much. So what I have to do is I have to short these pre-market while they're gapping down at 4 a.m. So on 8.2 here, let me just show you examples of what I'm saying. So on 8.2, the day before, we're trading up here, mid to high fives, and the next morning at 4, we open red. I've noticed if during pre-market we go red or open red, there's pretty high odds we're not going to re-break the previous day highs. So in this scenario, I would be shorting at 520, risking 591. And I could either swing this, I could add to it once the market opens, but from what I see, pretty solid odds of more fade. Same thing with YELL. In here, it had the big run. Pre-market, we open green, so I wouldn't be shorting it, but the second it goes red here, 391 short it, risking 5. Market opens, we stuff, could move my risk down to 371. I could add to my position. And really those were just 2 examples there that this month, if I traded it in that manner, it really would have worked. So basically the idea is I have to change what I'm doing. I can't keep doing the same thing. If I keep doing the same thing and trying to get a different result, nothing's ever going to work. And yeah, it sucks. I have to be up early, but if you want to do well, you got to do what others aren't willing to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So going forward in September, I really hope things pick up. And right now, I'm recording this on September 6th, actually. I do want to go over what I'm seeing in this market. So going into the SPY, last month I said it was weak. We're not looking for swing trades. But this month now, ever since September started, is a little different. Because we're now trading above all the moving averages. We're above the 10, above the 20, above the 50, and we're holding above there for a few days now. So this is making me interested in some potential swing trades again. It means the market is a little healthier, it's a little stronger. So I will definitely be looking at some swing longs. And might as well just show you a few that I'm really have an eye on. So AI is definitely one that I have an eye on. We know the AI names like NVIDIA and SMCI and all those names are still hot. I mean, NVIDIA is holding perfectly. AI, I believe this action here is very similar to back here in May before it went on its run. It's, really getting tight in here, holding that 10-day, testing that 20. If we break through, I think maybe we could go and test that 50-day. Other names in this sector like PLTR, same kind of thing, starting to get tight in here. Might be able to break to the upside. And then SOFI, same type of thing, holding that 10-day, holding the 20, starting to get tight right below the 50. We could potentially break out. So AI is definitely going to be a focus for this month. And really, it's only because the SPY is now stronger and above the moving averages. If it was below like this, I would be ignoring. But that is it for my August. Solid month, but need to do better on short selling. And in order to do that, have to be up early, shorting pre-market. And that's really it. Hopefully September's a better month. Right now it's looking like it's going to be a little faster out of the gate, but we'll see how it goes.